Maximize Your Potential, where we highlight leaders who are making a big impact both locally and worldwide. I'm Morgan Young, and I'm joined today by my lovely co-host, David Sillick, as always.
Thanks, Morgan. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. And then we have a special guest today, Sid McNairy with The Art of Peaceful Living, an author, a prior football coach. Thank you for joining.
My pleasure.
Tell me a little bit about The Art of Peaceful Living and all that has led you to this point.
Well, I mean, it started really early for me. At 3 years old, I had a surgery that took me back to the light, and so I've always been able to trust in that would have me the rest of my life. And so then at 8 years old, I learned to meditate, and that's been in my life since then. So, it's carried me around the world. It's carried me through coaching football. It's carried me into receiving the World Peace Award last year. And so that's what I do. I love helping people become the best version of themselves, be the best human they can be.
Beautiful. And maximize their potential?
Yes, absolutely.
I love
that. Absolutely.
So you have something called the practice.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
Well, the practice, I mean, it's all a practice, right? We're here on earth and nobody's perfected this yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, well, there's a couple people, they say perfected it and they left. And so the practice is about how you live your life. Most people are operating in an operating system that isn't working for them. So we help them figure that out, and we call it create, because everyone gets to create their life in the practice. The first part is centering, so really grounding yourself, and that's where the meditation is so important. Research, whether it's shows like this that teach you something new that you can go learn and put into your life, and then we help everyone elevate, so wherever they are, and a lot of times that looks like creating the mindset, creating the statements that we repeat in our head, like I am statements,
affirmations.
Yes, exactly. And then from there we go to T, which is training, moving your body. As an old football coach, I love moving and helping people move well, and because if you can't move well, most people feel stuck in life, and that executes somewhere else in their life. And then finally is the experience of it. How are you setting up your life on a daily basis that allows you to keep moving forward?
Okay.
So give us an example of...
what was that acronym? Sorry, David.
Create.
Create. Okay, create. Yes. Got it. Okay.
Give us an example of somewhere you've helped them maximize their potential recently.
Well, I just had a call yesterday, and this young man got a virus that has landed him in a wheelchair. Now, fortunately for him, he already has a lot of those attributes that someone needs to shift from that. So we help people release. That's what I do. I help people release whatever is holding them back so that the body can heal in so many ways. So most recent, had a lady with stage 4 cancer, looked like she was 5 months pregnant. In 8 hours, she had a washboard stomach. She released that, right? And now she's living, after being told she'd be dead in a month, she's living free in her life.
Beautiful.
That's where it goes. So like today, working with this young man, instantly I know, okay, one, he's already positive. I've never met anybody so positive that's in a wheelchair. And now sparking that space inside of him so that it can open up and heal is what I love to do. So the ball coach in me, football taught me and helped me coach people to win. And so there's nothing greater for my life at this point than to help people win in those kind of moments.
What brought you to Jacksonville?
In 2019, my wife and I said, hon, we got to move. I felt stuck where we were. So we did 32,000 miles looking for our home.
No kidding.
And we ended up in Jacksonville.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me about this book that's on the table here. You wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
And what inspired this?
That journey, 2019, we went around and as everyone knows, the pandemic came.
Uh-huh.
And then at one point, we had just been through so much. I said, hon, before we figure out where we're going to live, I have to write a book. And it took me 3 days to write 11 chapters.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
It just poured out of me. And so that gave me the opportunity to say, okay, now what? Mm-hmm. In 22 days, it was published. It's a practice that has been my life. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is how to peacefully win at life. Mm-hmm. And so that's how it came forward. There's for me, everything's about the connection to something bigger than myself and helping people get that, to really know where God resides within them. Yeah. So becoming the secret weapon of someone's own personal journey.
Beautiful. And how do you tap into that flow state to maximize your potential? What are the action steps you personally take? I know you said meditating. Is that still something you do daily?
Yeah, I meditate anywhere from an hour to 2 hours first thing in the morning. I mean, as soon as I start my day, I know that how I start the day is how the day's going to go.
For sure.
You know, like if you come out of bed and you stub your toe and you're pissed off about it, you're likely going to be pissed off the rest of the day. So for me, that's it. That's the number one place. It's how do I start the day? And then I keep my body in a place of freedom in my body. You know, whether you're doing yoga, you're running, you walk the beach, whatever that is for that person individually, we've got to create that for ourselves. So that we know, for me, that making sure I do these things, how I eat. I mean, I haven't had sugar in 4 years. I haven't had alcohol in 18.
Wow,
I do all the things. Thank you. I do all the things to make sure that I'm creating the life I want to live. And everybody can do that for themselves.
That is truly the way to maximize your potential.
It is. Give our viewers one tip on how to get started with morning meditation.
Well, first thing is make the commitment. You know, most people disregard the discipline it takes to be a disciple of peace.
Yeah.
Right? So first thing is make that commitment that you're going to get up and sit down, and then just sit down. I started meditating at 8. There wasn't any rocket science to that. It was sit down, be still, and a lot of people think you have to stop your mind, which isn't the case. It's observing your mind and the space between your thoughts, and just let that space keep growing. So just watch. That's it.
Great.
You know, like watching a movie.
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Sid, for your time and for the great work you're doing, bringing more peace to this country. We all need it. Awesome. And thank you, David, for hosting with me as always.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Sid, thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Maximize Your Potential. If you want more information about Sid McNairy, head on over to dailynewsnetwork.com. We have all his info and the link to buy his book right there. We'll see you in the next episode of Maximize Your Potential.